There is one reason why singing and beatboxing at the same time is really difficult. And I've spent 15 years in my training as an opera singer trying to address this very issue. But in the second round of the BBU finals, Den and His show us several ways to overcome this very obstacle, and we're going to go over all of them because we're extra. First, let's answer the obvious question: what is the difficulty? Follow along with me. If you're just, do like you're gonna hit a P, right? But really build the pressure behind that P, right? You feel that tightness in the neck? That is the enemy of good singing. It'll affect your pitch. It'll lower your endurance. And frankly, it just doesn't sound very good. You can try it yourself. I guarantee not much better sounds will come out of your mouth. Let's jump right into how Den solves this in the very, very beginning of his routine. It's pretty dope. Am I too old to do that? You've been is like top options. Moving money, you do you need me? So what he's doing right there is he's raising his larynx a little bit and also having a more breathy tone. So the breathy tone already lets air escape a little bit, but if you have a higher larynx, not only is that going to help you thin out your folds, it's also going to prevent you from pushing down the root of the tongue. In order to compensate for that, what he's doing is he's using primarily vibration bass and higher basses and higher sounds in general. There's a very good reason for that. Moving your tongue back and forth is necessary if you want to get good, easy singing, but also hit that sick bass sound. What you're looking at right here is the epiglottis. It's very hard to see in this MRI footage because the resolution is so low, but if you look carefully, particularly on a phone, you can see that there's just this little white line in the circled red area. That is the epiglottis. For hearing from Den, you need to move the epiglottis back by lowering the root of your tongue so that what we have circled right here, the arytenoid cartilage, can actually start to drum against the base of the epiglottis, the lower part of it. 'Cause every time we touch. So now he's going for a far, far more beefy, lower, bassy sound. And so no longer does he have the advantage of the high larynx when he's making this sound. The root of his tongue is extremely far back. And the consequences of that is that he's not going to have a very clear tone. I mean, just shove your tongue down. Oh, right? Swallowed, not very pretty, not very easy. And so he's doing something really clever to make an adjustment so that the singing sounds good, and so does the bass. Cause every time we touch. What we're looking at here is the soft palate, and the reason I'm pointing this out is because you can't make nasal sounds or hum when that's up. And so when you do what's called a nasal continuant, it will allow air to escape through the nostrils, and that's basically just a release valve. So if you go, nah, take a big old breath, ah, now nasalize it, significantly easier. Well, Den's using that. I wanted to bring this up because this is actually just a really, really cool variation. What he's doing is it's still kind of a humming, so he has to release some of the sound through his nose, but he's also using kind of a trumpet sound while he's doing that, so it's just super creative. Now, nothing says that you have to do only one at a time. Here is Den doing both at the same time. He's humming in falsetto, and that allows him to hit those P's super, super.
And Hulk. Smash.
Oh, where have you been? So this is actually a concept I really love talking about because it's very, very prevalent in classical music. This is vowel modification. So when he goes where, if you listen to the vowel carefully, it's were. That's vowel modification, and this really helps to get an even sound as you go through your range. And in this particular instance, it droops the sides of the soft palate, which will help air escape through the nasal passages in a way that's not unpleasant. But it is very, very hard to learn to do. Here's Pavarotti. And because some of you kids don't know who Pavarotti is, he's probably one of the best operatic tenors to ever be recorded. He's super fucking good.
It's a good sound, but it's white. It's not elegant. If you do that sounds simple. Take probably 10 years to make a sound like that.
So this is where we're going to end the video. I hope you enjoyed this kind of thing. Usually these kind of videos very much flop, which is unfortunate. But you can implement all these tricks pretty easily. It's just a matter of experimenting and tightening up and making them really, really exact. Particularly vowel modification does take a bit to kind of get used to. But yeah, I don't know, like and subscribe. You'll win a puppy. That's not true. You're not going to win a puppy at all. But it would be nice for me.